Hello, welcome back to my Macbat 64 80% tutorial for the Nintendo Switch. So, the next stage is Tulsahr's Forest, home of one of the most difficult skips in this version of the run. So, again, press the jump button to open the book and hold right, turn the page twice, and mash the jump button. We're going to hold the jump button here and upright to immediately be able to move. Now, the goal in this level is to enter this dungeon. In order to do so, we need a sword, a shield, and a hat. The best route to take is to first go towards this pot of soup, which contains a key. The key will allow us to get into that chest over there, which has the shield. So there's a couple ways to get into the pot of soup. You can obviously fly above it, lower yourself in, grab the key, come back out. But you can also sort of skate the top of it to grab the key and lose no time at all. If you look, you'll see this sort of mound on the ground here, right near the pot of soup. So holding upright from when you start will pretty much line you up directly with the soup. Press the jump button right as you get on the top of that mound, and you'll just barely scoot over the top of that and grab the key. From there, continue left into this chest to grab the shield. The way I like to grab the shield is to fly into the chest from about here-ish. You'll be able to just go bam, like so, instead of walking into the chest to open it and then grabbing the shield and turning. From here, we're going to take a left and walk into this leaf pile. You'll see there's a coin in it. You can just walk straight through it and grab the coin. From here, we're going to turn back around and get our hat that we need. We're going to buy it from this guy at this counter over here. The hat appears right here between this tree and this pile of leaves, so I like to try to walk to him from this direction or so we can grab it quickly. From there, we're going to go upright and grab this sword that's sitting in those skulls. Then upright again to go through the dungeon. You can fly over that, and then again, hold A to lower yourself down faster. And through the door we go. In this room, we have a mirror puzzle. It's a pretty simple puzzle. The lights have to shine and hit this face here on the wall. Very easy to do. The best order to do the mirrors in, regardless as to how fast you can do them, is to hit this mirror this way, this one like that, and then come back into this one to turn it one more time. Afterwards, go straight to the door, and through the door we go. There's nothing in this room, so go straight through. It's a little annoying doing this loading zone transition thing, but you'll get used to it. Now here's where things get weird and difficult. This is home of probably the most difficult skip in the game, in my opinion, Forest Skip. It's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version. I'm not really going to be touching on the intended way to go about all of this, as I've not messed with it much myself, to be totally honest, and I highly encourage new runners to start doing this skip as soon as possible to become more familiar with it. So, what you want to do is we're going to be glitching through this back wall. Alright? And our destination is like 3 rooms off in this direction, specifically. So we're going to get pushed through the wall, and then we're going to fly out of bounds blindly, and back into the left like so. It's essentially what's happening. You don't want to go too low and go below the map, because the bottom of the outside of the floor does have collision, and you won't be able to come back up through. Going too high isn't the worst thing. But odds are, if you're too high up, you don't have too many flaps left, which could be a little risky. I've found that the tempo of the song Black Betty works. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun-dun. I found that tempo works. I typically wait for about 4 beats, maybe 5, and then I switch from this direction here, flying in this direction. So sort of up left, I'll go to a slightly deeper left. Not quite straight left. You don't want to do that, as you'll come through the wall and end up clipping into like the room before the final room, and you'll lose quite a bit of time. It can be somewhat annoying. So again, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, hold slightly deeper left, and then kind of forward, and usually you can go through. It's pretty tricky. Let's try it out. So push into this, and when it starts to move, fly over it and get against the wall. It'll push you through. 1, 2, 3, 4, left, upper, deeper left. Oh, okay. So see, we made it. Now, the interesting thing there is I did mess it up a little. My deeper left was not quite deep enough, so we ended up stuck on the outside of this wall. If that happens and you notice it's happening, you can circle back around and phase through this wall. This wall here does not have collision on the other side. It's interesting to note that the ceiling has no collision. So if you somehow end up above the ceiling, you can just simply hold A to fall down through. Technically, that would probably be a faster way about this if we could iron out the pathing, but again, very difficult skip. There are a number of other ways to mess this up, and I kind of want to talk about them. So let's, oh, we can't go backwards, cool. Well, anyway, let's go forwards for now, and I'll come back into the stage and talk about those. So, in this room here, once you clip in, try to get to this cup as quickly as possible, and then this portal. It'll warp you right back here. From here, we're going to hold up left, and we're going to talk to this guy next to this crate. He spawns in the end level key, immediately walk and touch it. And that's the stage. Alright, sorry about that. I had to cut away for just a moment, but we're back. I want to talk about some of the ways that forest skip can fail, but let's go through the level and a good quick example first. We had to circle back around for the hat. It happens sometimes. It is a small time loss. See if I can get quick mirror. We did. Cool. So that's pretty optimal, everything that happened there. So, let's talk about some of the ways forest skip can mess up. So after you do your 4 flaps, if you hold too deep of a left, you'll come into this door here and you can clip into this room. Like so, which is not what you want to do, as you'll have to solve this puzzle before being able to continue forward. This is probably one of the most common mistakes, other than simply just entirely missing getting back into bounds at all and falling into the void. Which, if that happens, you have to restart the level, unfortunately. So, if you can, however, save it if you see this room. Odds are, if you hit too deep left, what you're going to do is you're going to see Macbat scooting into the side of this wall from the other side. If you want to be able to continue forward and save it, you want to come into this corner while holding up left. That's crucial. Up left will send you into the next room, which is the final room of the sequence, which is where we're trying to go anyway, so you won't really lose any time. If you hold any bit further left or back or anything like that, 9 times out of 10 you're going to clip backwards through this wall and into this room like so, and it'll screw up the entire sequence. That being said, the shadow puzzle room is not the hardest, so that's interesting. We've soft locked it. That's fun. I didn't even know you could soft lock it that way, but yes, that's Tulsahr's